Okay, so let me start to introduce you the installing openCARP and carpitals. And today you can see that in the openCARP we have many components. But today we'll just talk about the core part. One is for the openCARP C++ simulator, and the second one is the carpitals, the Python framework. You can actually find the very detailed installation guide on our website. In the website, you can see from the download and then a web page for installation. And you have many options to do the installation. You can use the packages or use the build from source. And if you are a naive user or you don't have plan to do any change to the code, you can just use the package. But because today we are in the contributor meeting, so I will put more time and effort on the installation via the build from source. So the build from source is actually recommended for people if you know programming, because you can just pull the latest code we have released. But if you want to the latest one which hasn't been released, you can just push it. You can get the latest code from our GitLab. And the other thing is that if you have our code base, you can just see the code and learn or do any modification you want and also contribute to it. And also, if you build the code on your machine by yourself, you might have the optimized performance. And I give you a general steps for this. The first is actually install the prerequisite in your machine. And the second is to compile the code via the make or CMake. Both make files and CMake files are well maintained by the maintainers. So just choose one you like. And then you can optional put or install your binaries to your system, or you don't have to do that. Okay, so let's start it from the openCARP. First of all, the prerequisites are listed on the website, and remember, use your package manager to install them. We just cannot list all the possibilities here because they are even having different names on different systems. For example, the G++ package on Ubuntu, and it has a different name on CentOS. And so after install this package, you can also install the PETI. The PETI will be the most complex part that you have to also build it by yourself, or you can try to install its package. It just depends on your need. So let me here go into a terminal to show some example. And here I use our Docker image as an example, and the system is based on the Ubuntu. So as I mentioned, you have to look for the packages to see which is the name for it. So maybe I should show you the building from source webpage here. Okay, so in the first part, you see the prerequisite here. And for all the lists, they have their names on your system. So here I already put this name on it. So you will install and you will use the package manager in your system to install, for example, CMake, G++, then GitOps, etc. for building your openCARP later. Okay, so we just fast forward into now. Assuming you already install all the prerequisites. Then you can git clone our git repo. So you will see that you can get the latest code from our git repo. And just do it in this way. Then I actually have done it. So you can see the openCARP folder here. Then go there. As I said, there are make files and also CMake files. Also, by the way, the command lines I typed here, they are all on the web page. So like the git clone and go to the directory, go to the building process. So I will use the CMake as an example here. The good part for CMake is that it supports the out of source building, which means you can use a command that specify a folder. Over here I specify as a build. So in this command, it means we use the source code in the current directory, and we will build everything and put them into the underscore build folder. And over here, you actually have many arguments to specify. They are also on the web page here that you can specify the dynamic library open, and also build external, and also the build type. So after that, we run the CMake build, then you will find everything within the build folder. Okay. Then you will see everything in the build folder. There will be a bin folder inside it. The bin folder contains all the binary. Over here, you can see openCARP, openbench, and some IGB tools, measure and mesh tool. And one way to verify if you have these binaries installed is just to run them. And for openCARP, you can just try to run in this way, run the openCARP, and then we have a parameter called build info. Then you will see the version you installed. In the git head, you have the version 9.0, which is the latest version currently. And the file will be some hash that indicates that it's not in the exactly the version 9. There's some update over there. So this tag is very helpful if you want to check which version you're installing, or if you want to report some issue or problems. This tag also help the maintainer to check which version should we do. Check it. Okay, so this is openCARP part. Then you can also see that the openCARP folder, there's the external folder. Over there, you will see the capitals, which we will also introduce today. So let's go to the capital folder. In this folder, you have everything you need. That the first part is that you have to install. Sorry, install some Python package through the requirement file. And the command here, we will recommend you as using the pip. And one way to use the pip is via this Python 3 and minus module. The aim is the code module. Okay, you can also do something like this, but This way, this module is more recommended because sometimes we have different Python module installed in the machine. Then you will you won't know which one you use. So if you use this, you can make sure this is the Python you are using. So you can install the dependency or the text you, you want to use via the requirements text. So this is a command we recommend, we suggest in our installation guide. So now it's I already installed it, so I don't have to run it now. In the second part, you have to try to put a Python code in your system, which means you have to specify the path and the Python path, because for if you want to develop the Python code, you like to see the see the change immediately. So that faster. Okay, the first one is that you have to specify the binary in your capitals. And the second one is that you have to specify your Python path to the capital folder you have. In this case, it's in the openCARP external folder. And so in the end, you have to generate the settings YAM file. So just use the CU settings binaries we provide here. And generally, you can put it in the home directory of the .config and copy details, and then start one file. Okay, so remember to modify the file for your need. You can see that. Here you can specify your CARP or openCARP binary folder or initializer or others. So be sure and make sure you do the change according to your machine. Then in the end, you can try to run the Python script that to make sure if you have installed the capitals correctly. This is also listed on the page of the quick check. Okay, so the module capitals can be found in the system. Then we come back to the slides. Yeah, so we just mentioned the openCARP and also the capitals. And some points are listed here is that you can use the only binary flag and the user flag to make sure you install the dependency which already being built, and also into your user space, which will be more reliable for installing. Okay, so that's for today's and more introduction for the installation via the code, via the building from source. And if you have any problems or issues when you installing, you will see some error message, some error message. And if you cannot recognize it, you can Google or just ask, as I said, you can ask a question on our question and answer system or in the issue tracker. Okay, thank you.